Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh. I can't see my chat. I can't see my chat. Give me 1 second. Oh no. I can't see. Give me 1 second. Okay. Now I can see chat. Okay, there we go. That's better. Hello everyone. Welcome back to stream. It's so nice to see you guys again. Thank you. Thank you for the I guess it's been such a long time, so I guess I could do it for the one time. Thank you so much for the redeem, and thank you guys. It's good to be back. Thank you for welcoming me back. It's good to be back. I hope that you guys have all been wonderful. I admit I've missed you guys too. I really have missed streaming. It's been such a while. According to YouTube, my last stream was on August 30th. So, hello, welcome in. It's glad to be back. I'm doing pretty well, I guess. I'm just really glad, and I'm just happy to be back. We got a lot to catch up on, don't we? We have like so much to catch up on. Thank you. My day was pretty all right. All I did is laundry, so. Aw, you stop. Aw, you guys are gonna make me blush. But thank you. I'm so glad for the warm welcome back. It's really nice. Thank you. Hello. Thank you for the welcome back, Jazz. You know what, though? You know what I'm not happy about, though? So I'm sure you guys have already seen it on other streams, and I already know that it was gonna be a thing. But YouTube no longer lets you see a person's name. They make you see their username instead. And I don't like it. I like to call people by their names, but like now it just shows you like their usernames. And I was just like, Twitch, why did you do this? Not Twitch. YouTube, why did you do this? I guess I'm used to it on Twitch, I admit. I'm used to it on Twitch. But YouTube, I like to see people's names, so I'm a bit disappointed that they changed that. It's also really awkward because I have to face it now. Like, I don't have a weird username. No, your username's fine, right? I can recognize it and see, okay, Shin, right? But not everyone's, username is like that. Like, my username on YouTube for my other account, not for my personal account that I watch my favorite VTubers on, it doesn't contain like my name or anything, right? It's a username, right? So it doesn't contain my name, because you would have your name, right? Your display name, and then your username on YouTube. Oh, welcome in. But I guess YouTube was just like, no, we're gonna change it. Actually, we're going to make it so that you have to read out these usernames, and I'm like, that's terrible. That's a terrible idea. Nobody asked for this. Hello. It's nice to see you again too. Welcome in. Hello. So that's like not a fun update. Hopefully maybe they'll change it back if enough people complain. I don't know, but I just really felt disappointed by it because, like, for example, the other day I sent a super chat to someone I was watching, and they, instead of reading, because when you send like a super chat and somebody reads out your name, right, to say thank you, well, now they can't do that anymore. They read out your username, and I am so upset because I'm like, look, man, I send my free membership message every month, so I can hear my Oshi read my name, and I get this instead. So I'm not that. I mean, I won't focus on that for this stream, Shady. I understand your concern, but don't worry. But for now, let's just try to be positive since I'm back to streaming, right? Yay! Hello, welcome in. Hello, lazy soul, welcome in. I'm glad that you guys are happy to see me back. I'm happy to see you guys too. I really did miss streaming though. I did miss streaming. So I guess we should like rewind back. I guess I could fill you guys in on like what I've been doing since like I've been on streaming. So around the time that I went on hiatus, I had began taken Japanese lessons at a Japanese school, like actual Japanese lessons. So like, um, it was at like a school and it's like taught by a teacher. It is very intensive. I do them 3 times a week for 2 hours. So it's very intensive. It's like essentially taking like college class. Like it's essentially like taking a typical class that you would take um, at a school. But it's very intensive. 3 times a week for 2 hours. Two of the classes are spent on, grammar and conversation and stuff. And then the other class is used to prep for the JLPT exam. So very intensive. It was very intensive these past few months, especially because I was preparing for the JLPT, which was last Saturday. So that was last week on the 7th. So I took it. I took the test, which is for, Japanese language proficiency. We'll get the results towards the end of January. And so it's just waiting until then. I don't think that I necessarily passed, but that's okay. It was still a good experience so that, I had the experience. I could remember what was tricky, what I could do better next time. And stuff. Oh, no, I'm not. Trust me, my Japanese is still terrible. It's really speaking and stuff. I feel like my speaking, sometimes it's tricky to speak very connectedly, and sometimes my speaking is very chopped, So I think I want to work on having more of a smoother conversation. Would be nice. But thank you. If I don't pass, that's okay. My goal, honestly, I took N2. My goal, honestly, is I want to pass N2 by at least next summer. So the JLPT is hosted twice a year in July and December. So if I don't pass this time, so if I don't pass now, I'm okay with that. But I want to try my best to pass by next year summer. So next year summer, So when I get my results in January, I'll be able to be like, okay, this is what I need to work on. It's a go, And then I'm gonna like hunker down and like lock in. Because you're like, well, didn't you lock in during your break? Yeah. Thank you guys for the well wishes. Did I lock in during my break? Yes and no. My break was like kind of up and down, I'm not gonna lie. Did I lock in? Yes. But also I've been like having health issues and stuff, which maybe it was a good thing that I decided to take a break from streaming, because I've been dealing with like health issues as well. Mostly with sleep. My sleeping has gotten really bad. And so I'm currently working with my doctor, and I'm gonna end up taking like a sleep study soon, to see, how it is, because, my insomnia has gotten bad. So it's like gotten bad because sometimes I will sleep, I'll get like what's supposed to be the proper amount of sleep, but I'll still wake up tired, I don't wake up fully rested. So my doctor, like, it could be sleep apnea, it could not be, but we don't know until we try to take this test. I've tried different sleeping medications so far too. I've tried one or two. Well, no, I've tried at least two. Neither have worked. I've tried like doubling the doses. They still don't work. So before I try any more medication, I want to first try a sleep study so that hopefully we can like pinpoint the issue. So yeah, so I think it was a good thing that I did take a break from streaming, at least, because, I think that was at least better for my thing. Tried futons already. I haven't tried a futon, but trust me, it's not my bed. My bed's quite comfy, actually. I like my bed. It's quite comfy. I sleep with a lot of plushies and pillows, and it's all very soft and comfortable. Trust me, I'm comfortable in bed. I just can't sleep. But I've had all these issues all my life and stuff, so it's okay, intake messages. I guess. See, the only thing I'm worried about if I take the sleep apnea test. So, like, do you guys know what sleep apnea is? So, if, in case you don't, sleep apnea is essentially when you're sleeping, your brain isn't making sure that you're getting enough oxygen while you're sleeping. And so, because of that, it can give you issues like not feeling rested and, you know, fatigue and stuff like that, because that's the main issue with my sleeping issues. I've had to miss some work because I've been so fatigued that some days I just cannot move or I cannot go into work. So sleep apnea, so if you get diagnosed with sleep apnea, one of the things that they give you is, I don't know if you guys ever seen it, but it's called a CPAP machine. So essentially, it's a machine that you have. It's connected. You put on like it kind of looks like an oxygen mask, but essentially you wear an oxygen mask while you sleep, and the machine essentially gives you oxygen while you're sleeping to make sure that you're getting enough oxygen while you're sleeping. So the reason why I was like, oh, I don't want to have sleep apnea is because okay, this is bad on me, but I usually associate sleep apnea with like old people problems. And I'm like, I'm not old. Can I really have sleep apnea? Like, I'm not old though, but no, I guess, you know, it can happen at any age. So, but yeah, so if it turns out to be that, then, you know, I'll probably have to get like a CPAP machine, and then I'll be like, damn, I feel old. But at the same time, if this is the secret to me sleeping, I would be so happy. I'd be so happy because I've been honestly having issues. And unfortunately, it's affected my work because my supervisor's like, you know, you've been missing some days. And I'm like, I know, I'm very sorry. It's just health issues, you know? So I want to make sure that I fix my health issues so that I can do my work and also do the things that I love, like streaming, right? And like creating content, because if my brain isn't working, you know, if I don't have enough energy to do things, then I can't make content, and that makes me sad. Because I miss recording ASMR, and I miss doing my ASMR streams, and I miss streaming, right? So I want to make sure that I'm able to do all of those things, you know? So that I'm basically, I'm tired of being tired all the time, and I'm fixing on, you know, and I'm getting that fixed so that I won't be so tired all the time and I can actually be energetic. Yeah, that's how it's kind of been for these few past years. At least not years, for these few past months. It's finally colder over here, which isn't really that fun though, because it's like Japan's insulation is not the best. So I'm like, gosh, it's cold. But then I don't want to use like a lot of my heat because then it like jacks my like heating bill up, and I'm like, ugh. So currently right now I have my heat. I turn on my heat very sparingly, and then I use like a heated blanket. So I have a heated blanket that on me right now. Very heated, very comfy. I mean, I could, but I like doing my voice acted ASMR the best, you know? I like speaking into the mic and doing different scenarios. That's really the sort of ASMR that I like doing the most. I don't know, you know? I mean, I know that some people like the ear scritchies and like the different sounds and stuff, and, you know, that's nice too. But I think if I had to choose the number one sort of thing that I like doing with ASMR, it's using my voice. I think that's my favorite thing the most is using my voice. But yeah, I have a lot of things to catch up on. The algorithm on YouTube probably like put me out, so we got to get used to like YouTube. Oh, that's what I should talk about next. I already posted about it in the community post and on Twitter and in Discord, but I feel like I should talk more in detail about how I'm distributing my content more in the future. So basically I already posted it on my social. So if you want like a short explanation, going forward with my content, I I'm changing how I do my multi-streaming. I'm changing exactly what I'm multi-streaming. So so I've been multi-streaming. I've been, dual streaming for a bit now, and I still like it. But I've decided that my streams on Twitch from now on will only be ASMR. One thing I've noticed with my Twitch channel is, unfortunately, it's been very stagnating outside of ASMR. And I can't really figure out, how do I say this? It's not that I can't figure out, it's just that I think due to time constraints and stuff like this, a lot of the people currently following me might not follow me for ASMR on Twitch, or they're still in my old time zone back in the US, and thus they can't catch me live anymore now that I've moved, and so that has like a lot of issues. Meanwhile, my YouTube, has people, not only in my old time zone, but in the new time zone, because I started when I was over here in Japan. So I think going forward, I am going, and I guess this is still a test, and I could always change it later, but I've decided, I've seen this advice also given to me, but I've decided moving forward that my Twitch will be ASMR only. So this could mean scenario ASMR, triggers, that sort of stuff, but it will be ASMR only. So it'll be dedicated entirely to ASMR. And then all of my gaming streams, chatting streams, any other variety that I do. I don't really do anything besides gaming and ASMR though. Karaoke, stuff like that. Any of that will be on YouTube only. So basically ASMR will be on both. I'll dual stream ASMR, but outside of ASMR, everything else will be YouTube only. So today's stream, so for all the Twitch people, please listen up. Today's stream will be my last non-ASMR stream on Twitch. If you have YouTube, you can continue to watch me on YouTube for ASMR. So my ASMR, sorry if this sounds confusing, but my YouTube will continue to have ASMR. So if I stream ASMR, it'll be dual streaming. So Twitch and YouTube both get ASMR, but Twitch will have ASMR only on it. So if I stream ASMR, it'll be both on Twitch and YouTube. If I stream a video game, it'll be on YouTube only. If I stream karaoke, it'll be YouTube only. So if you're already subscribed, both got ASMR. Yes. So both have ASMR. Sorry if that sounds confusing. Both have ASMR. So if you're already subscribed to me on YouTube, you're pretty much good. But for those of you on Twitch, I'm sorry, but I'm moving gaming, karaoke, and anything else that I decide to do outside of ASMR. All that stuff is going to be on YouTube only from now on. And Twitch will only get ASMR streams. Yeah, I just, I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna try. I'm just like, it seems that variety content on my YouTube is okay, but trying to do variety content on Twitch sometimes it's just, it's up in the air. And so I'm like, you know what, okay, fine, I will make ASMR only on Twitch, and we're gonna test it and see how this goes. I don't know how many people on Twitch are going to be excited or not by that announcement, but I posted it in the Discord, I posted it on Twitter, so hopefully people see. But you see how there's YouTube community posts that I can post an update to YouTube, and people who are subscribed to me will see it. So there's not a community post on Twitch, so the only way to update people on Twitch besides outside of streaming on Twitch is okay, if you're in my Discord, you can see. If you follow me on Twitter, you can see. But if you don't have either of those two and you follow me only on Twitch, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I recommend following my Twitter or joining Discord if you want updates. Because I can't update on Twitch, right? I don't have Twitch doesn't have posts. You know, that would be a good idea for Twitch to get posts, I feel like. I feel like it would be a good idea for them to get like a post, like a feed of some sorts, you know? But, yeah. So, yeah, I just wish that was the case. But, yeah, I just, you know. So that's what we're gonna do from now on. So this is my last non ASMR stream on Twitch. So, and you know, it's really funny. It's weird because one would argue, but aren't you monetized? But you're monetized on Twitch. You're not monetized on YouTube right now. Yes. This is also part of my plan to maybe get people to watch me more on YouTube to help me get monetized on there faster. Wink, wink. But also, like, I'm not really making much money on Twitch, so it's not really like a loss. I'm not joking. I think I make more money from like the donations I get than I am making from Twitch. Like, just by having a donation link in my profile for like tips and stuff, that gets me more money than anything I'm making on Twitch. I'm making like not a lot on Twitch, so it's okay. I'll be okay, in case anyone's worried. I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. But I am gonna try to work my best so I can become a YouTube partner, you know? I would love to be a YouTube partner though. So I'm going to try my best to put out more content on YouTube for this coming year so that we can get partnered onto YouTube. And then if I'm partnered onto YouTube, you know, I at least I wouldn't have to. One thing about YouTube is that you would get like ad revenue from like your videos, right? So I don't have to be constantly, you know, live to make money. I could have like a sort of passive income too. So yeah, so I'm gonna try my best to get YouTube. I don't think I can get YouTube partnered by next year, but it's definitely something that I'm continuing to work on. You know, slow and steady wins the race, as they say. Slow and steady wins the race. But hopefully I can put out more ASMR videos. Unlock memberships? Yeah, I think that's a fair goal to start at. Yeah, let's start at unlocking memberships first. That's a nice goal. We can unlock memberships this coming year. That would be nice. Oh, fuck. Also, one thing I don't miss about Twitch is all the fucking ads. There's an ad break that's about to start. One second. Before this stupid ad break starts. But, yep, that is my plan for the coming year. I also want to put out more ASMR videos, at least 2 a month for now. I would like to put out at least 2 ASMR videos a month. I know I've been slacking on those as well, and again, it has to do with my low energy because of health issues. So I would like to start putting out more ASMR videos again as well, at least 2 a month, like recorded, you know, roleplay audios. And then, of course, probably continuing on with my schedule of 3 streams a week because since I'm taking classes now, streaming during the week is just not possible. Not with me taking classes. So we'll continue to stick with our Friday, Saturday, Sunday streams. But hopefully I can push out more ASMR videos is my goal. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Okay, well, we got a stupid ad break right now. So, I'm actually gonna BRB real quick to go get some water. So you guys too, okay, go get some water for yourself, and then I'll come back and we'll be chatting more. But I'm just gonna BRB real quick, okay? right, I'm back. All right. But you are right. 3 times a week is better than 3 months gone, right? And besides, I should also tell myself that any content is better than no content, right? I mean, if you don't put anything out, then there's nothing to watch, you know? Hello, thank you so much for the welcome back. Hello, welcome in. But yeah, you know, I think I need to tell myself that I'm okay with that, right? That putting something out is better than consistency. Yep, you said it yourself. Consistency is the key. Consistency is the key after all. And you know, that's what I gotta tell. I think that's what we all also have to tell ourselves, is that output is great, but consistency is the key as well. You know, consistency is also important, not just, you know, output, you know? I mean, obviously, right? Even if you only do 3 times a week, yeah, 3 times a day, 3 times a week is something, right? It's better than nothing. So that's something that I've also had to tell myself for these few months as well. Though I don't think taking a break was so bad. I think taking a break is something that all creators should do. You know? I don't think taking a break was too bad. I think it's something that all creators should do. Definitely be sure to take breaks. Also, I'm sorry that I keep on yawning. Again, it's my perpetual sleepiness. See? This is another thing I want to fix. I'm tired of being sleepy. Any plans this December? Oh yes, I do have plans. I'm going to an Idol concert in like 2 weeks again. I'm so excited. And then but then nothing else for the New Year's. It's really funny. I'm going to this Idol concert, but I'm only going to this concert. In fact, I'm going there the day of, and then I'm coming right back home. So I'm coming right back home. I'm not going to go sightseeing or anything. I'm just going straight for the concert, and then I'm coming back home. So I don't really have any plans for the new year. I don't know. Maybe I'll go to the shrine at ass o'clock in the morning. I don't know. If I get invited out, I'll like do something, but I don't really have any Christmas plans. I work on Christmas. Christmas is like a Thursday this year. I work on Christmas. So when is Christmas again? Yeah, Christmas is a Thursday. I work on Thursday. So no, I don't really have any Christmas plans. I work on that Thursday. So that's sad. I mean, it's Japan, right? Christmas isn't considered a national holiday in Japan. So, but that's okay. I have the 29th through the 2nd off because those are considered like the New Year's holidays in Japan. So I have a whole week off. Watch idols and get home safely. Yes. And then I can come back and I will be all cozy. Exactly. It's so interesting how in Japan, Christmas is more of a couple holiday. And you know what? That's probably why every time I ask my students, what are you doing on Christmas? And they're like, nothing. They probably look at me weird. Because they're like, what? What do you mean? Of course they're not doing anything on Christmas. I don't have a girlfriend or a boyfriend. What do you mean, sensei? I don't have anything to do on Christmas because I don't have a partner. Couples in KFC, I guess so. Yeah, I mean, I'll just be working on that Thursday. Because like I told myself, I'm like, well, I'm not going back because I'm not going back to America for the holidays. It's too expensive. And so I'm like, I don't really mind working on Christmas because I'm like, what would I do? What would I do on Christmas? My family's not here because you know, back when I was in America, I spent Christmas with my family, but my family's not here. So I'm like, well, shit. Yeah. What am I going to do for Christmas over here? I have nothing. But you know what I plan on doing instead? If Coco will be streaming, we can have a small party. I don't know. Maybe that week before I have a break from classes actually. So my I have a break from classes for 2 weeks, starting like the 19th. I have a break from like my classes, so maybe we could do something. But like, shit. I'll do like we can do like Christmas karaoke. I'm so serious. I don't have any plans for Christmas. We could do like Christmas karaoke, but I want to do. I do plan on buying like sweets. Because one thing you know how they do in Japan is how people give each other like end of the year gifts or whatever. So I do plan to pass out my end of the year gifts on Christmas. Do that. Unfortunately, I cannot bake, so it's not going to be anything homemade. Because I can't bake. You know, I couldn't even bake if I wanted to because I don't have an oven. I have a toaster oven in my apartment, but I don't have an oven. Like, my apartment came with one burner stove and a microwave. And that's all I have. So even if I wanted to, I could not bake because I don't have an oven. I'll be in the Philippines because Christmas is way better there. Ooh, enjoy the Philippines. That sounds fun. Enjoy. Yeah, they celebrate Christmas over there, so like you can like get down and have fun with like family and stuff. But in Japan, they're just like, no, it's for couples. And I'm like, okay. Shit, buy yourself a Christmas cake and just eat it by yourself on Christmas. But I want to pass out like treats to like my coworkers, so it's like the only thing I can think of. I'm not looking forward to it though, because like it's the last week of classes for these kids, so I'm gonna be bored as fuck at work. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna be so bored at work because I have nothing to do. I remember last year I asked my supervisor, I'm like, you got anything for me to do? He's like, work on the lessons for next year. I'm like, dude, it does not take me that long to make lessons. Like, I think he underestimates, like, Japanese people's efficiency baffles me because I'm like, it does not take you a whole day to do something. But we have to be here for the whole day. But I guess going to shrines on a New Year's is not that bad. Yeah, that's nice. I did that for the New Year's my first year. I didn't do it last year because I got sick. But hopefully I can do that this year actually, because it's actually really nice. Like the one that we went to, they had like it was really nice. Because then it was really nice the one I went to. They had really good, and then like they had food stalls and stuff as well, and it was very fun. So I like that one. I like that one, but yeah, I can't say I have like romantic Christmas plans because no romance in my life right now. Which, you know what, that's fine. We'll wear today. Oh no, you know what? I don't have a kimono actually. I don't have a kimono. I would like to buy one though. It's kind of cold though. It is, but you know, I would like to buy a kimono. I would like to buy my own kimono. The last time I wore a kimono was actually we got to like, because you know how like they have, you know, rental agencies, like kimono rental agencies. The last time I wore a kimono was I rented one and we got to take pictures, and that was back when I did my study abroad. But like now that I think about it, I would like to own my own kimono. I would like to buy one. Problem is I don't know how to wear one. Though it is quite warm where I'm at, so maybe I'd be better off buying a yukata first before the kimono, because where I'm at it gets quite hot. You're right though, it's kind of cold though. I guess. Having one is very useful, I mean, I guess for events. See, it is, but like I don't have much events that like I could wear a kimono to that would make sense now that I think about it. Now that I think about it, I don't have a lot of events that I could go to that we're wearing a kimono. While I am a teacher, like one thing I did see is that like for graduation, Coco's in the South. I'm in the South, Japan, yes, yeah. One thing I did see is that sometimes for graduation, like homeroom teachers will wear kimonos, and I think that's very pretty. Cause like well, they'll wear like the kimonos or like the hakama. I've seen homeroom teachers do that for like graduation ceremonies, and I'm just like, wow, you guys look so nice. I think I would like to do that if I got the chance. Well, if I get the chance. Oh, wait, I should tell you guys about my career ambitions now, shouldn't I? So I've made the decision because I wasn't sure before, but now I'm officially sure that I want to become a full-fledged teacher. For sure, for sure. So right now I'm just simply an assistant language teacher. But I would like to become a full-fledged teacher, like a homeroom teacher. I have to work on getting my Japanese up, 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 so that I can teach here in Japan. So I can be a real I can be a real teacher, and not just an assistant. Oh yes, I did hear about the earthquake, yes. But don't worry, I'm safe. Full-fledged teacher. Oh no, it's not gonna happen next year. It's not gonna happen next year, but I love your enthusiasm. Thank you, thank you. It is something I'm working on, but it's not going to happen next year. That's not enough time. But I love the enthusiasm. Oh yes, but I did hear about the earthquake, yeah. Yeah, I'm okay, I'm okay. I did hear about it and I was a little bit worried for people, but luckily there wasn't any, you know, serious. I don't think there were any like serious like casualties or injuries like that, thankfully. But time to have unexpected things happen. I know, but like I'm not ready. I need to get my Japanese to be better. Like I need to pass like N1. I'm not joking. I need to like have N1 level Japanese to be a good teacher. Because if I become a teacher, you know, like an English teacher, if I become like a real teacher, you know, I need to know, you know, all the proper like business Japanese, and then I need to know like the proper Japanese when it comes to language teaching and all that. I got a lot of work ahead of me, basically. So like I appreciate your enthusiasm, but like I have a lot of work to do first. You know what I mean? So yeah, I have a lot of work to do. You know, I have a lot of work to do. Though you're right, a year is unexpected. I mean, last year I didn't even. Last year I told myself I would never want to work in a school, but you know what? I told myself I wanted to work in a university, but like I don't want to go back to. I realized that I don't want to go to grad school. Take it as a positive manifestation. Okay, I'll take it as that one then. But yeah, because like last year, I actually wanted to teach as a professor at a university, but teaching at a university these days is so hard. You need to have a master's, you know. You need to have at least a master's, if not a PhD. And the more I think about it, the more I do not want to go to grad school. I do not want to go to grad school. I don't want to go to graduate school. I'm like, you know what? Nope. Nope. I don't want to go to grad school. I never want to go to grad school. Like, it's just, just the thought of having to go back to academia is just not appealing to me. It's not appealing. My heart's not in it. And if your heart isn't in it, you should not go to grad school. I don't know who needs to hear this. But like, your heart really needs to be in it if you want to go to grad school. And my heart's not in it. And so I'm like, you know what? No. Also, I don't want to accumulate any more debt. So, you know. I can't do it. I can't go back to grad school. Definitely not me. Okay. You know, I used to like when I learned in academia. Yes, for the goals, you know? And don't get me wrong, academia can be great. You know, I enjoy reading academic journals sometimes, especially when it comes to language learning. But I can't see myself doing like a PhD, man. Like I just, you know what? I don't need that. If I can just be a normal teacher and, you know, it might not be rich and glamorous, but that's okay. That's okay, okay? I just want to be a normal old teacher. That's okay. Just want to be a normal old teacher, you know? Besides, they need teachers around here. Gosh. I don't know if it's just one thing I noticed, but like everywhere it seems that you go around here, it's like every school is hiring. Which honestly, now that I think about it, that's kind of worrying because I'm just like, damn, do we not have enough teachers? But you know what? The issue isn't that we don't have enough teachers. The issue is that people teaching education is very undervalued. It's a very undervalued career, and that's a shame. Sorry for my little rant here, but it's a shame how we undervalue teachers. They're the ones that are teaching the future generation, and we just undervalue them. We overwork them. We underpay them. And it's ridiculous. And, you know, saying all this, you're probably wondering, and you still want to be a teacher? Yes. Despite all of that, I still want to be a teacher because I genuinely enjoy teaching children. Even if they look at me like I'm saying nonsense to them, which they might as well be because I teach English and these kids look at me like I'm speaking, well, I am speaking an entirely different language, but like sometimes you just wonder about them because I'm like, damn, can you guys at least try first, okay? But regardless, I still want to be a teacher. Despite. Though, honestly, if you guys are curious about like my career paths or the different careers that I wanted, so fun KokoLore. So when I first entered college, I actually entered into criminal justice. I wanted to be a defense lawyer. Then I realized that I hated law, so then I pivoted to international relations. That was kind of boring. Then I realized that I wanted to work in translation and localization, like game translation localization. So then I was like, I want to do that. Then however, AI and machine translation gets used so much that I'm just like, I don't have much faith in that industry. So now I'm turning to be a teacher. But yeah. Hi, Azur. Welcome. Hello. Thank you for the warm welcome back. So yeah, that's kind of how like I've done my career path, has kind of had some like twists and turns. I'm somewhat brain empty. I mean, don't get me wrong. I get the brain emptiness, but at the same time, I teach high school kids, you know? If they were kindergarteners, I would understand. If they were elementary schoolers, I'd also understand. If they were middle schoolers, totally understand. By the time you get to high school, I expect you to know some very basic English and be able to follow basic English instructions by the time you're in high school. And these kids are still looking at me like they don't understand. And the fact of the matter is, it's that probably they don't understand. And that's why I'm just like, you should understand, you know? And so I'm just like, oh dear Lord. But that's what I worry about. It's like they don't understand. And at their level and their age, they should understand. And so you're just wondering, oh my gosh, did the system fail you, or is this a personal thing, you know? It's like you're wondering, is it the system? Because, you know, I could argue that the system, both. Yeah, it's probably both. Some of these kids will just immediately give up, though. It's crazy. I'll come into class speaking English, and this kid will just immediately give up. This kid immediately goes, I don't understand. I'm like, you didn't even try to listen. I've barely started speaking, and you've already given up. I'm like, guys, you just can't immediately give up. I need you to try first. If you don't try, I can't help you, you know? That's my biggest, I guess, challenge, is just getting these kids to try first. Being good with kids is another level of talent. It's tricky. This is my first time working with kids. This is my first time working with high school kids. I thought I was going to be working with elementary kids when I came here, and then they put me in a high school, and I was just like, oh, okay. The good thing is, you know, these kids aren't usually jumping up and down the walls like, you know, kindergarten. Because you guys know how elementary schoolers are. They're like, ah, nah, 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 nah. The good news is these kids aren't quite like that, you know? But at the same time, the helplessness, it's Gen Z, right? It's the lower end of Gen Z, so it's sometimes you're just like, children. Teenagers. We were all teenagers once, so I do empathize with them because I was a teenager once, right? I was a teenager once too, but I tell them all the time, I'm like, look, I will not be mad if you at least try. Self-taught. I have English speaking friends. I mean, that's okay, right? It's cool if you have English speaking friends, you know? It's still good, you know. But you know, and it's not all kids, you know. It's not like all of them are like this. Some of them are actually really enthusiastic about English. You know, I've had some of them come up to me outside of class for help. You know, some of them have joined the English club that we have at school. So it's not all of them. Some of them really want to get better at English. You know, it's not all of them, but sometimes it feels like a lot of them are either just afraid to try, or because they're not immediately good at it, they just want to give up, you know? And being chronically online helps. Probably, yeah. But, you know, and I just want to tell people, and this goes for anything in life, right? You're not going to automatically be good at something, right? But that doesn't mean you should just give up, you know? If you at least try, I won't be mad. But I need you to try first. And then if you mess up, I can help you and we can fix it together. But if you don't try first, I won't know what to help you with, you know? That's what I always tell them. If you don't try first, you know, try first. Or please try to listen and understand first, you know? Sometimes when I have to listen to passages in Japanese class, I don't understand either. But, you know, again, try to listen first. And then afterwards, we can talk about, you know, the words we don't understand or something like that. Feel conscious of our pronunciation. I've like half given up on pronunciation, because a lot of pronunciation when it comes to English is, and to be fair, English is a hard language when it comes to pronunciation, because English has so many, we call them diphthongs. But in a lot of languages, like for example, in languages like France or Spanish, every single vowel, the A, E, I, O, U, is exactly the same. Same thing in Japanese, right? Su is su, for example, right? So like kaki kukeko, right? It's always kaki kukeko. If it's a K, if it's written as like a ka, that ka is always going to be a ka, right? Intonation and stress difference, right? But in English, you know, the letter A has different sounds, right? We have ah, we have a, right? The letter O has different sounds. We have O, oo, right? The U has different sounds. Sometimes U can sound like ooh, right? And so that can be very tricky for second language learners, because they have to learn all these different diphthongs. So when it comes to pronunciation, I don't exactly like dock for it too much. It's more of the fact that they don't want to try first. Even if you don't pronounce it perfectly, that's fine. But it's like more of that sense, like, cause like the thing is that I'm like, look, y'all all saying it in like katakana. Like, you guys are worried about your accent. Your accent sounds like the person next door too. All of y'all accents sound the same here, right? Like, you're worried about, oh, but my accent doesn't sound good. That's okay. Nobody's accent here sounds good. You are not the only one who doesn't sound good. So don't worry about it. Like, and this isn't even me being mean. Like, this is the truth. I'm like, they're all worried that they all sound terrible compared to each other. And I'm like, you guys are really all sound the same here. So if anybody makes fun of you, you know, I'm going to be like, well, I don't know why you making fun of them, because you sound just the same, or if not worse. What it tells them do, it's for their survival. Like, I'm just saying, it's like when someone's like, well, I'm afraid to speak up because, you know, what if the other people don't know? I can guarantee you there's like 10 other people in here who also don't know. So if anybody makes fun of you here, I will immediately turn to them and say, you do it perfectly then. And I can guarantee you that they can't. So don't worry about what other people think. And I know I'm like preaching to the choir when I say that, but don't worry about other people making fun of you, because if they make fun of you, I'm gonna make them do it immediately after you, just to see how they do it. And then they don't do it right? So I'm just like, don't worry about making mistakes, because all y'all here are making mistakes. We're all making mistakes. I'm making mistakes every day in Japanese. You're a good teacher. Aw, thanks. I feel like I could be better, but thanks. I mean, I tell these kids, I'm like, girl, I make mistakes all the time in Japanese, because I use Japanese in my classes. I don't only use English, because, you know. So I use Japanese in my classes. I make mistakes all the time. One time, I had to tell this class that I had like a grade-wide competition. And so I had to tell this class that they lost, right? So So I said, I'm sorry, you guys lost the competition, you know, right? So I meant to use the word oshi, right? So like you almost got something, but you didn't, right? They almost won, but they didn't. So like you would say it like oshi in Japanese, right? You were close, but you didn't get it. I screwed up. I said oishi instead. Right? I make mistakes all the time in Japanese, but you're never gonna get better if you don't make mistakes and learn from them, is what I try to tell them, you know? So I'm like, don't worry. I make mistakes in Japanese all the time. It's okay. Hello, welcome in. Don't worry about being late. Losing can be tasty, right? Losing can be tasty. I was like, oshi. And the teacher's just like, do you mean oshi? And I was just like, yeah. So yeah, I'm like, don't worry about making mistakes. Trust me, it's fine. I won't be mad. But hello, welcome in. Don't worry about being late. It's all right. But welcome in, welcome back. But yeah, like I make mistakes all the time in Japanese. It happens. We make mistakes all the time. So, but you know, they're teenagers. So you know when you were a teenager, you used to be like, everyone's looking at me. Everyone's making fun of me, right? Because that's what you think when you're a teenager, right? You think, oh my gosh, all the eyes are on me. Everyone's looking at me. Everybody thinks I'm weird. You know. I'm just now noticing that like my bitrate on Twitch is like jumping up all over the place. People on Twitch, is like things okay over there? Like my stream quality? Because I'm just now looking at it in OBS and the numbers are changing rapidly and I'm just like, wait a minute. It also doesn't feel bad when everyone else is bad. They're all there for the same reason. Exactly, you're all here for the same reason. You're all getting education at the same time. You know? So, I tell people, why are those numbers jumping so... Give me 1 second, y'all. I gotta check this. Because I'm just like, why are these numbers jumping so much? Let me open Twitch up real quick and check this. But yeah, I tell them, I'm like, don't worry about fucking up. Because we're all fucking up over here. But also, like, I mess up in Japanese in front of them and I'll be like, oops. You know, they'll giggle, right? They'll giggle and laugh. But I'm like, that's the point. We gotta mess up because we can't be perfect. But then also, I think when it comes to... How does it say? But, like, then also, I think when it comes to it, you know, some of them also are just like, but I don't need English. And I'm like, that is a hot debate, is all I can say. That debate I've had with other ALTs as well about needing English or not in Japan. Because I can tell people if you want to move to Japan, you obviously need to learn Japanese. Like it's not okay, everything looks fine on Twitch, so I don't know. Okay, I guess I don't know what's happening with OBS. Maybe OBS is just being stupid. But like, because it's like, in my opinion, I would say that you don't really need it. Do you need it to get a job? No. If you want to work in Japan. Depending on the field you're going into, yes, you will. For example, some fields require some sort of English proficiency. They do, you know. But, you know, I think, and the school that I work at, the biggest, we have like a course level there, like the general course is what they call it. And once they hit like their second year, they get to choose the course that they want to focus on. So we have different courses, like we have an arts course, we have IT, we have business, we have tourism, we have one dedicated for people who want to go to like straight to university. What else do we have? We have cooking, I know. We have like food studies, I know is one. And then we have a whole bunch of others that I just can't remember right now. But we have like different, courses for the different careers that they might want to go into, right? And so for some of them, I think, and that's what I mean by like they're teenagers. So like they kind of already know what they want to do in the future. And so for some of them, they're like, I'll never need English in the career that I'm going to do. And I'm like, you're probably right. You probably won't need English. It'll make yourself, I think maybe it'll make yourself look nice though. I think it could help look good on your resume still, but you're right. You're right. I mean, I'm learning Japanese here because I want to work to look in Japan, And so I think for some kids, they also tend to give up quite quickly. And so I think they also sometimes tend to give up quite quick. Thank you, motorcycles. I think some of them also tend to give up quickly because they're like, oh, I won't need it in my career or whatever. And I'm like, because these are teenagers, right? This is high school, right? This isn't like elementary school where the world is still their oyster, or middle school where they don't quite know yet, right? This is high school, and a lot of them know what they want to do in the future. So sometimes I'm like, well, but you know what? I think I'll hit back with next time. I'm like, well, you won't probably need geometry either, but you still gotta learn geometry. I don't use geometry in my everyday life, but I still had to learn geometry when I was in high school, right? I think also I'm just like, well, I totally get that. Unfortunately, I was hired here to teach English, so we're gonna do English. I think my favorite thing that I love to mess with them though is whenever I ask them to write in Japanese, whenever I ask them to write in English, I'll say, okay, please write this. And then they're like, do we have to write this in English? And I'm like, yes. Why would you write it in Japanese? I'm like, this is English class. We're in English class. So I'll jokingly be like, this isn't Kokugo, this is English. Right? A lot of germs are borrowed in English. So they really need to learn if they're not aware of. But that's funny though. Sometimes they don't realize it. Sometimes they don't realize that the word that they're using is a loan word from English. I think it's Japanese. Sometimes they'll ask me, how do you say this katakana word in English? And I'm like, well, it's from English, so you say it like that. And I'm like, what? It's from English? And I'm like, yeah, it's from English. So, yeah, I'm just like, yeah, it's from English actually too. But whether or not they go off to learn English or not, at least maybe I was able to give them something interesting. Or at least maybe they can be like, yeah, I had a cool ALT, when I was younger. So that's okay with me. So that's okay. But yeah, I can tell you though, learning English depending on what field you're in is very helpful. Like I definitely tell that to like my I teach like a class of kids who they're here to like do like they're here for like an IT course. I'm like, look, if you're going into IT, you definitely need to know English. You definitely need to know some English if you want to do IT. I mean, so much IT computer program and stuff is in English. So I'm like, whether you like it or not, you're definitely going to have, education is survival. And that's the thing. I'm not asking for fluency. I don't expect any of these kids to be fluent unless they study outside of school. I don't expect them to be fluent, just try your best, participate in class, try your best. None of my classes or assignments are, for a grade. So all I ask is that you try your best, and that's it. That's it. One word at a time. Yeah, you gotta go one. Ooh, you're learning Thai? Man, God bless you. One thing I realize about Thai is I'm just like, this has to be a hard language to learn just because of the writing. Every time I look at Thai, I'm just like, every single one of the characters look the same to me. I'm like, I marvel at those who learn it because I'm like, all of these characters look the exact same to me, like the writing characters. I'm like, they all look the same to me. Oh my gosh. Well, that's what I said with English too. Thai? Yeah, Thai. Yeah, Thai. You know, from Thailand. That's what I said with English. Okay, you know what? That's fair. That's fair. But you know, it's just wow. It's just wow. It's just it's also interesting. Like I don't know if this is also just me, but like random like hint. For some odd reason, when you go on Twitter, Twitter does not translate that. Like you know how you can like hit like translate on like most tweets if they're in another language, you can translate into your like device language. You can't translate die. And I don't know why. It's always been like this for years, and it's really confusing to me because I'll see a Thai treat sometimes. And I'm like, let me translate this, and there's no translate option in Twitter. And I'm like, did they just not translate Thai for some reason? I'm already struggling learning my native language. That's a mood. To be honest, though, I think I was always pretty good at grammar and stuff in school. The hard part came once we started like having to analyze books and stuff. But you know what? I'm also nice because I don't even have them do that half the time. Shoot. I'm like, I should have y'all do what I be doing in my Japanese classes. In my Japanese classes, I gotta read these long ass passages about things and answer questions and stuff about them. I don't think Mini Me's from Thailand. I'm not sure unless they want to disclose that, but I don't think so. Um, no, but like, I'm like, I should have some of y'all do what I need to do. Coco should try to read Japanese poetry. I've read like some Japanese poetry, but like sometimes it's hard because you know they'll use like a specific like I think I read a little bit back when I was in college because we were doing like a unit in my Japanese. I'm Asian American. Oh, okay. So I was doing we were doing like a unit in like in Japanese where we were doing a little bit of like some reading. We were doing like some reading of like Japanese poetry, and then we had to write like our own poem. But I isn't Japanese poetry like haiku? Well, haiku is only one type of poetry. It's like very specific. So haiku is like the very specific shoot, what is it? It's the specific syllable one. Where you use like a specific number of syllables. But like there are other forms of like Japanese poetry. I forgot what the exact numbers, but like haiku is only one type. Hello, it's good to see you too. Welcome in, welcome in. But yeah, we had to write one. I had to write a haiku actually back when I was in like middle school because we were doing what were we doing? We were learning about Japan. We were doing our Japan unit where we learned about like ancient Japan. And and so for the end of the unit, our teacher had all of us write a haiku. Same. Tananga and haiku. Are those the only ones for Japanese poetry? Or are those the two forms? I didn't know if there were other forms. I just knew that haiku was like only one form though, unless all Japanese are like that. I didn't know that, but like yeah, we have to write a haiku. And if you're wondering, well, did you write it in English or Japanese? No, we still had to write it. We wrote it in English, but we still had to use like the syllable format. Those are like just the patterns. Oh, okay, interesting. So it's like a pattern. Interesting. But yeah, I remember. We also had to like do like an art thing with it because it's like called like a art integration. We used to do art integrations all the time because I went to an art school. My nationality is next to Thailand though. Oh, cool. I don't know what country's next to Thailand. I'm sorry. Don't ask me for my geography. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's one thing I have to complain about also. My students, I did not know, some of them did not know there's 7 continents or 6 continents, and I was kind of concerned. Last year, This is first year. Last year I did a Christmas activity. Last year I did an activity where we were visiting like the different continents. It was like a choose your own adventure. It was like you choose your own Christmas adventure thing. And so we were doing like we were visiting the different continents. We were visiting the different continents, you know, for like Christmas or whatever. And so I didn't have, and so I said, okay, guys, let's choose, you know, a continent on the board. And so I said the continent names in Japanese because I didn't think they would know all of them, right? But, you know, it's pretty simple, right? North America, South America, Africa, Asia, Oceania, because, you know, Australia and then those other islands, and then Europe, right? So I'm like, okay, guys, where should we go, right? Like, just shout out one. And I'm like, where should we go? And they're like, well, they're not labeled. I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, they're not labeled. I'm like, yeah, I don't have them labeled. Just like say the name. And they're like, I don't know the names. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know your continents? And before you say, well, these were first year high school, you absolutely should know at least your, I'm like, these are first year high schoolers. You absolutely should know your continents by the time you were in high school. We learned about the continents back when we were in elementary school. I was like, there's no way, guys. There's no way, guys. The continents? The continents? Continents. I'm like, I'm worried about you guys. I'm like, I literally looked at them like they were nuts. I looked at the teacher looked at me and was just like, I'm like, no, I can't excuse this. I can excuse the English, but I can't excuse the geography. This is basic geography, man. I'm like, I can't excuse this. I was like, people, the 7 continents. Oh, I still remember that. Sorry, that was like random, but like, continents. Oh, they didn't know the continents. The new generation isn't gonna make it. I feel like they're gonna make it. I'm a little worried for them, but they're gonna make it. I'm just a little worried. That's all. You know, I mostly mean this as jokes, but that's why the older generation, you know, for people who are raising children, teachers like me, that's why we gotta be careful in how we do, you know? I can't fully blame them because they're kids. Sometimes you gotta be like, you know, what's it like at home and stuff too. At least I have a wonderful teacher. Aw, you guys are gonna make me blush. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot the one other thing in content I was talking about. Oops. Gosh, I got off topic. You guys maybe got off topic. Okay, so the other thing that I also wanted to talk about, and this one might be a surprise because it's like, ooh, I already mentioned it on my update post, but I also plan on, and I've been planning on this for a long time now. You guys are laughed at me. I'm sorry. I have decided, and this is something that I've been wanting to do for a while, but I was still quite shy, but I want to start making not safe for work ASMR. You heard it here, folks. I would like to start making not safe for work ASMR. I'm still setting up all the stuff. I know, everyone's just like, what? Not safe for work? But I know everyone's really surprised, but I feel like I should explain. It's honestly something that I've been wanting to do since 2023, actually. I've already made some before, but it was more of like a hobby thing. I wasn't really doing it. I was just doing it for fun, to practice. And I actually found that I had quite a lot of fun with it. And so I would like, is not safe for work safe when I'm home? It's safe when you're home, but like, it's something that I wouldn't obviously play out loud, you know? You'd have to wear earbuds. So like not safe. Oh, so what I mean not safe for work Oh wait, you probably mean as a joke. I'm sorry, I did not get the joke. But yes, it's safe for home as long as you have your earbuds in. Unless you live alone. If you live alone, then maybe you don't give a fuck. But like, you know. How indecent of you. I don't know, you know, what type of themes and stuff I'm gonna do yet. They're probably gonna be very basic starting out, but I do get it. I got your joke. I didn't realize it was a joke until I was like halfway explaining it, and then I was just like, oh, that's a joke. Okay, sorry. That's but I did find a cool site that would let me do not safe for work content. So it's not going to be hosted on Patreon because I basically I didn't want to upload it to Patreon because I don't want to like have it be where it's like a monthly thing that I have to fulfill. Like I don't want to like have to stick to like deadlines or anything like that. So I wanted to basically post it somewhere like YouTube where you just upload videos, but obviously I can't put it on YouTube because YouTube's YouTube. But a few months ago, actually, this past summer, I actually learned about a site called I think it's pronounced Rplay. I pronounce it Replay though, but I guess it's pronounced Rplay. It's a site that is dedicated for, it's a site that you can stream on it and you can upload videos on it. And it's very much geared towards ASMR and audio roleplay and that sort of stuff. And it also allows not safe for work content. Is it a subscription-based site? It can be, but it doesn't have to be. So it's like, it's kind of like a not safe for work version of like YouTube. So you can stream, you can upload videos, you can offer subscriptions, like how you can offer memberships, but you don't have to. You can also post like videos that cost like a one-time fee or something like that if you want to. It's quite there's quite a lot of different options for you to choose from in that case. But so it can't, so it's like I give it, it's like a not safe for work YouTube essentially, if that makes sense. So it's like a not safe for work YouTube. You can stream on there. You can just upload videos on there, and stuff like that. You can also upload other things on there too. It's interesting, but I haven't decided to do that yet. But yeah, it's quite interesting. It's quite interesting. Sounds very flexible. It is. It was actually got started. So it actually got started. It launched in Japan and Korea actually. So there's it has a so when it first came out, I think it was in Japanese and Korean only, and then they have recently started to expand globally. So the site also comes in English as well now. And so I learned about it, but I think I do want to try using it myself. Now I have it, but I just haven't, you know, really used it myself yet. So yeah, I want to use it myself for sure. I would like to use it myself for sure. I'm a little bit nervous. You can also upload like images or downloadable content as well. It's quite interesting, I guess. You can upload a lot of different things. So videos, audios, you can have it be so that it's subscriber only, or you can have it be for like a one-time purchase, for example, you know? So like you can have it be for like a one-time purchase or something like that, or other things like that as well. So it does seem pretty flexible, I guess. And so I'm excited to start using it. Um, when I start using it, though, I can tell you that I'm not going to probably block things, I guess, if it makes sense. Um, I don't want to immediately start out monetizing. Yeah, it's kind of similar to Patreon, but like I don't have to do the membership thing because like you guys know how memberships are rolling. So like you subscribe to someone and they upload content like every month, right? Um, so to make sure that I'm not stressing myself out or like missing out on like or like messing with people's subscriptions or anything like that, or to make sure that people aren't missing out on content if they're subscribed, I'm not gonna probably monetize from the start. I can upload stuff for free too. So like you don't have to like charge money for the things you upload on Replay. Um, you can upload things, you know, completely for free. Hey Chippy, welcome in. Hello, hello. So that's probably what I'm going to start doing is put not safe for work content on there, but it's gonna be free at first, I think. You know, see if I can get any new people interested, stuff like that. And then also for existing people, they can find it. Especially because since I'm quite new at this, I don't think it's at the point where I should be charging. And I know you're gonna be like, what? But I don't think I'm at the point where I could start charging. So everything that I upload onto here first is gonna be free. But I'm not quite ready. I'm still setting up my page and stuff. So like once everything's set up, I'll share the link with you guys so that you can use the site. But in case you're curious about the site itself, it's called Replay. Not Replay. It's called RPlay. That's how you spell it. It's RPlay. I would share this in my chat, but like I'm also afraid it's not safe for work. But if you want to at least check out the site first and like familiarize yourself with it, like feel free to. I'll like put it in. Wait, I gotta put it in both. Oh fuck, I don't have my. Okay, one second. Docs, chat. Sign in to chat. Why do I have to sign in? It's my fucking chat. Oh my gosh. One second. OBS is being stupid. I'll share the link to the website now though, so that like. No, that's not my. Stop. Stop. Okay. Sorry, Google is being a butt right now. But I'll share the website now, so like you can at least familiar yourself. Well, can I share my thing? Well, okay. Well, I should at least. I'll just share my link so that like you can at least see where I'm at right now. Okay, one second. Where do I go to my channel? User number, name, registered. Wait a minute. I want to edit. Oh, crap. One second. Someone showed how to edit the URL, and that's what I want to do. Okay, here we go. It's just a bunch of random letters and numbers. Okay, so we go to my channel, channel management, channel URL. Okay, here we go. Thank you. I'm so glad you guys are interested in checking this out. Give me a second to get the link because for some odd reason, OBS is like, you want to sign in, you want to chat in YouTube, you have to sign in first. And I'm like, I'm already signed in, dipshit. But in case anyone was just joining and you're confused, basically I was talking about how I would like to, basically I was talking about that I want to start making not safe for work content. And I have decided to do so on this page that I have on this website that I found. And I'm trying to share the website, but it wants to be a big bitch. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is the website. Okay, it's on YouTube. Let me share it to Twitch. Twitch people, hold on. But the stuff on this, again, this platform is legit only for not safe for work ASMR stuff. So if you're not interested in that, then don't click on it. Then like, if you're not interested in that, like, I'm not gonna force anyone, obviously. If you're not interested in that, it is okay. That's why I'm gonna upload it to this separate site. So if you're not interested in that, you won't have to see it. But it's, my page is still under like construction, but like I put up all my links there or whatever. So that's the name of the website. Feel free to check it out, play around on the website. There's also a lot of other creators on there too. So there are also other creators on there too that you could check out. I know I've been checking some out. But yeah, it is a very it's an interesting place. You can find interesting things on there, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, you can find interesting things on there. So yeah, but basically I plan on doing that. Trying new things is not a bad idea. I know, yeah, I don't mind trying new things. I just wanted to upload these videos somewhere, but like I didn't want to upload them on, like, I've been doing it on Reddit for a little bit and it's okay, but I wanted to upload them like a proper video site, but like I didn't want to upload them on, like, I don't know, Pornhub or whatever. Like I was just like, I don't know how I feel about that. So I was just like, I don't know, I like this site because it seems dedicated, you know, because, you know, this site is dedicated for like this stuff, you know, versus Pornhub that's like for everything that's porn under the sun. So yeah. Yeah, I look forward to giving it a try. So that's also something in the new coming year that we'll be doing. And I know, like, there's like the option, like, are you going to explore streaming in the future? I don't know. But you know what's one thing that I thought would be funny though? Because on this website, you can also stream games as well. Wouldn't it be funny to like stream like R18 games? Because like, think about it. You can't stream like Honey Pop. Like, do you guys know Honey Pop? Honey Pop? Does anyone know Honey Pop? You know, the Match 3 game. And it's like the Match 3 porn game or whatever. But like, you know, other R18 games or whatever. Obviously, you can't stream those on like YouTube and Twitch because like you'll get bonked, right? But it could be, but like I could be able to stream it on this site, right? So I'm like, ooh, fun. So I'm like, oh, fun. That's an idea. Saw someone play that last night. Yeah. But like, obviously, so like you can't do that on like Twitch or YouTube though, right? Because they'll be like, you're gonna get exploded. But I could like do this here, so it could be a fun thing. It could be a fun thing to do. But yeah, but that's also something that I plan on doing in the coming future as well. But that'll probably be more sporadic than anything. So I still want to prioritize my normal safe for work content, you know. But that one will be a more of a sporadic I can't speak. That will be more of a sporadic experience. Yeah, with Fansly, so it was safe. Yeah. And, you know, I did consider Fansly for a bit and OnlyFans, but when I discovered this website, I liked how it was designed for the content that I wanted to do specifically. So I was like, you know what? I think I'll go with this instead. I think that'll be more fun. Yeah. So I'm excited. I can't wait. I'm excited. I can't wait. But yeah, that's like another update that I also wanted to give as well. But um yeah. So I have lots of plans, and one thing that I wish for the new year is I wish to do these plans. 2025 had a lot of ups and downs, I'm not going to lie, but I want next year, like I really really want next year to be better. Like I really want to try next year for sure. You know, I want to be able to give it my best so that I can look back on this and say it was something that I tried, and even if it doesn't go perfectly, I still tried my best to do it, you know? So that's what I really hope for. So like even if it didn't go exactly perfectly or the way that I wanted to, I still tried my best, you know? So that's what I hope to do. Oh shit, there's another ad break coming up. Well, we're just gonna take a quick little break. This is a good reminder to go stretch, get yourself some water, relax. Oh, get yourself some water, unclench your jaw. Unclench your jaw. So, and I will be right back. Okay? BRB. Okay. Okay, now we're back. Okay. The ads are gone for like another hour. Mandatory 20 jumping jacks. You know, I'll be okay. No 20 jumping jacks. That does remind me though that I had a teacher back when I was in high school in my chorus class that if we were like, how do I describe it? If we were very listless that day, she would make us stand up and do 20 jumping jacks. She's like, okay, y'all are boring me. Or she's like, y'all are boring me and y'all are too listless. Get up and do stand up, do 20 jump jacks. I was just like, oh my gosh. I was just like, no. She would literally make us do 20 jumping jacks. We're just like, what the hell? I was so offended. But that just reminded me of her. She would like literally make us do 20 jumping jacks and be like, what the hell? Sometimes I feel like doing that with my kids though. I'm not joking. Because like I'll go to class and they're all just like sleeping like and I'm just like, get up. Luckily I have been doing an activity with them this week that requires them to like stand up and sit down. So I'm like, you guys aren't sleeping today. Jeff's in high school. Right before class. Push-ups. Oh, I can't do push-ups. I can do jumping jacks. Easy. I can do jumping jacks, easy peasy lemon squeezy. I cannot do push-ups. I can do sit-ups actually, though it's been a while. We were crazy. I can't do push-ups. I've tried. I really have tried, guys. I cannot do push-ups to save my life. I can't. It's a shame. But I cannot do push-ups to save my life. Like, I used to take martial arts back in high school, and sometimes during our warm-ups, you know, we would do warm-ups before we started class. And so there would always be push-ups, you know? And I'm like, I cannot even do one. My teacher would be like, come on, just one push-up. I'm like, I cannot. I have no upper body strength. I have no. The most I can do is 4. I can't even do one. I can't even do one. I can't do one push-up. It's you know, I can't do one push-up. I just can't. And I still can't. My upper body strength is severely lacking. I do not have a big upper body strength at all. So this is how we roll. This is how it is. And I don't have a lot of upper body strength, so this is just kind of the average can only do. I can't even do one, so I'm below average. And you know what? That's okay. I do think it would be maybe nice to start going to the gym again. Going to the gym probably would do me some good. The problem is though that, well, I'm so busy and going to the gym is tiring but like I could go to the gym, you know, but I just don't, even though I could, because like there's like, for example, there's a gym like right down the street from me that's open 24/7. So like I could go if I wanted to, but I don't. But I think I do a fair amount of walking ish, maybe. I don't know. Like I do a lot of walking since I've been in Japan. That's the thing. When you come to Japan, if you're looking to like get exercise, you will do a lot of walking. I guess. But like the thing is, when I went to the gym, because I used to go a little bit to gyms when I was back in the US, because like my apartment had a gym, for example, or when I lived in college campus, there was also a gym. But I would only ever do cardio. Legit. I would only ever do cardio. Like I would only ever do the bike and then the treadmill. For that. That's the thing. I'm just like, I don't want to go to the gym now. It's cold outside. But like, I don't have enough space for like a gym in my apartment. Like, I don't have any space for gym equipment. Not that I would buy any gym equipment. I don't know how I'd get up there. But like, when I did go to the gym, the only thing I did was the bicycle and then the treadmill to have the wake up distracted for the students. But yeah, that's the only reason why. Apparently, though, I think the teachers at my school though do use like the gym equipment at my school, because my school also has like exercise equipment, because you know it's a school and we have sports teams, and we also have like a exercise club as well that like exercises. So they actually, there is like a weight training room that we have, and so I'm pretty sure teachers are allowed to use it, because I've seen teachers use it before at my school, and I have enough free time that like I could do it if I want to. But at the same time, I'm also like, is it just the weight training, or like do you guys also have like, what's your equipment? Because like, if it's only weights and no cardio, I'm not gonna do it. I can't lift weights, man. Like, I mean, I guess it would be good to have more upper body strength, you know. But like, for the average person, I can lift enough, you know. Like, I can lift 30 to 40 pounds. You know how like they say in like a job description, they're like, please be able to lift like 30 to 40 pounds or whatever. I can do that. You know, I don't want to be like a good muscle man. But like I don't have muscle. Be really good with track and field. No, I would not. I don't have stamina. I am not fast and I do not have stamina. I am flattered you think that. Guys, I am the least athletic person ever. I did martial arts in high school, yes, but I am not athletic whatsoever. Not anymore. I am not athletic at all. I get winded if I have to walk up like 4 flights of stairs. I am not athletic. No, I went to an art school, okay? And I was a choir major. You know, I did music. I just, no. I don't either, but at least I'll die trying. I'm not athletic. I'm flattered that you think I am, but no, I'm not athletic. I'm kind of a loser in that aspect, but I am not athletic. I rarely use treadmill and bicycle because, you know, bike and walking is pretty much in Japanese genes. I mean, you do walk a lot here in Japan. I know I do. Just like when I go running my errands, I have to do like a good amount of walking. So yeah, I honestly do get walking over here, which is really good because in the US, I used to not do a lot of walking at all, except when I was in college because I had to walk across campus. But I think that's like the most walking I ever did was when I was walking across campus. But after the pandemic, when I was working from home, I wasn't doing any walking at all. Summer beach body. I mean, I don't even go to the beach in the summer. You know what I do in the summer? I stay inside because it's hot. Who is this? Hello, welcome in. It's good to be back. Welcome in, welcome in. And it has been ages, but I am back. We are back. I'm gonna have to make a digest after this stream. Upper body exercises is something to do, but I don't want to lift weights. No, you can't make me. I can't lift weights. I have no upper body strength, man. Except in my hands, apparently. Like, I have good grip strength. But, my arms, I'm just like, did I do anything interesting? I'll give, like, a quick summary because I already went into detail, earlier. But I finally took my test. I've been having up and down issues with my health, but we're finally going to do a test to figure that out. And I realized what career path I want to go down. For sure. So that's what we did. Like, that's like a TLDR of like the past few months. I'm just glad I can like take a break from JLPT stuff for a little bit. Did you pass the test? I have no clue. I don't think I did. I won't know. We don't get the results until end of January. Your ERs. Oh, I can't. Oh no, I don't do that. They make it like very, very. It's really interesting. It's like funny, but like when they tell us as ALTs, they're like, you cannot touch these. Like, okay, this sounds weird, but like, I always thought like the dragging the kids by the ears was so funny or whatever. But nah, I don't do that. I leave most of the discipline up to the other teacher because the other teacher is the one that needs the discipline, not me. I ain't the main teacher. I leave the discipline up to them. I'm like, I ain't getting paid discipline. Not that there is any real discipline you can even do at my school. But the discipline system at my school, we can talk about it another. Grab kids by the short hairs. I do not. I'm not mean. I mean, I've seen the way that some teachers have manhandled kids, and I'm like, you cannot do that. I don't know, maybe it's different here, but like if you manhandle a kid like in America, you absolutely can get sued. So seeing some of the teachers like here act like this, I'm like, couldn't you be sued for this? Like, why would you touch your kid? Like, that's such your student, but that's not like your child. You just can't manhandle a kid like that. What's wrong with you? I was carried by the ear once in middle school. Really? I mean, I know they used to do that in the old. They still do that over here. I thought that's something from the olden days because I'm just like, you absolutely cannot touch a kid like that in school. You can't harm a kid like that. You can get sued. You absolutely can get sued. So now we have to be careful. I mean, it was partially my fault. I mean, yeah, but you can discipline a child without like harming them, you know? I'm just like, besides, they tell us as ALTs in orientation, like, don't put your hand on these kids. Anyway. Fast. Okay, well, that was a movie. That was a movie. That was fiction. So that is definitely not, you know, definitely not applicable to real life. You know, it's like a movie only. But these kids will cancel you on Twitter. I mean, I don't even think it's I just think you could get sued. You know? Plus, I think it's a matter of, like, the teacher can't be doing that, right? You know? Like, did my mother spank me as a child? Yes. But if my mother found out that my teacher put a hand on me, you know, all hell's gonna break loose. I feel like parents would not be okay with that, you know? Like, a parent would be like, hey, nobody's allowed to put their hand on my kid, except for me. I'm the parent, whatever. But, like, I'm just like, no, I can't see a teacher doing that. I guess I'm getting old. I mean, even when I was younger in school, when I was in school, teachers would not be putting their hands. I feel like corporal punishment in schools, like, have mostly been abolished. Like, I feel like that's such an old concept. Like, from the 1900s concept, you know? Because even if my parents, you know, had found out I was in elementary school or something, and they found out that a teacher put hands on me, all hell would have broken loose, you know. I don't know any parent that would let a teacher put their hands on their kid these days. I'm in my mid-20s. I'm still surprised that a teacher did that. Speak for you then, because shoot, I'm telling you right now, if my mom ever found out a teacher put their hands on me, I'm telling you, all hell would have breaking loose, you know? It was the kind of thing that, like, yes, like, my parents disciplined me with their hands, but that's the thing. My parents would be like, I'm her parent, you know, only I can do that, right? A teacher, a stranger can't do that. So, like, there would have been issues, you know? So, like, I don't know exactly when, but somehow along the line, parents did not want teachers disciplining their children with physical force. You know, there's things like detention. Too late for me to sue? That was an old professor. I think it's too late for you to sue, yeah. I'm afraid it's too late for you to sue. But until they learn their proper American way. I mean, once I got older, I didn't necessarily get spankings. But once I got older, it was a time of, well, you're going to have your TV taken away or you're going to have your video games taken away. And I'd be like, no, not the video games. Like, they would have to take video games away from me because if they just said, go to your room, that would have been a punishment that would have been very enjoyable for me if I was up in my room all day. So they would be like, okay, well, you can't play video games or go on the computer. And then I'd be like, no! Not the computer. Don't take the computer away. Oh no. And so that was what was a punishment for me growing up. Because, you know, I hated being bored as a kid. So it was just like, oh no, they're going to take away the video games. But that did happen to me once. One time I got grounded for a day and my dad was like, no computer or video games for the whole damn day. So all I could do was watch TV. And the problem is that my aunt was watching TV at the time, and she was watching her boring ass shows, and my dad was watching his boring ass like fucking sports games, and so I'm like, gosh, this is truly hell on earth. I used to love computer games. Me too. I used to play those like quick downloadable games that you would play for like an hour. I love the time management ones, the ones where you would like run like a business, like a restaurant or something. Those are super fun for me. I used to love those games. I would play the ones that were on a free trial for an hour, but sometimes I realized you could reinstall from different sites and stuff to continue your game save file. So that's what I would do. It was quite fun. Those were the days. Really were the days. Everything seemed so simple and free back then. Same thing for me, but then they would turn on MASH, and as a kid I was like other sleep. MASH? Oh wait, that's an old ass scroll. Don't get me started with inflation. Inflation? Oh. I mean, oh wait, that is true. Shit used to be so cheap in the day. Somebody posted like the dollar menu from McDonald's like back from the early 2000s. And I'm just like, remember when the dollar menu was an actual dollar? It ain't even a dollar anymore. It was such a boring show. MASH? I forgot. What was MASH even about again? I mean, I guess, yeah, it was pretty boring. Man, shit's so expensive nowadays, though. Like, I keep seeing people post, like, old menus, like, from the early 2000s of restaurants. And I'm just like, God, those prices look so fucking good. Those prices look so fucking good. Chipotle used to be so fucking cheap. Used to be $6 for a bowl for Chipotle. Talk about $5. Okay, exactly. Chipotle used to be $6, man. What the fuck happened? We used to have $5 footlongs at Subway. $5 footlongs. And now And now, and now we're here. It sucks balls. I miss the $5 footlongs. I miss cheap Taco Bell and McDonald's. We are in cap. We are in hell. I want my cheap food back. I want my cheap food back. Because they raised all these prices, but you know very well we're all still getting paid the same. I want my cheap food back. Oh my god. Bring it back. Getting the old ruler and standing in the corner. Cheer up. I hear Japanese food is cheaper than America. I mean, I guess it's better for the cost of living. I mean, yeah, but have you seen the yen lately? That's because wages over here are lower than in America. Like, yes and no. Like, the cost of living over here is lower and stuff, but you can still feel the inflation. Like, I'm not joking. These days, it is cheaper going to the supermarket sometimes than it is going to the convenience store. And I'm just like, how the hell is this a thing? It's a convenience store. It's hard to enjoy city prices because it's starting to be foreign or tourist prices. I mean, I don't live like in a city. I live where I would technically be considered Inaka. But that's the thing. It's so expensive to be living in the city these days. Because that's the thing. They be charging more higher prices. Because they're like, well, we got tourists coming in. I'm like, well, okay. But like, at the same time, I ain't a tourist. I can't enjoy tourist prices. I get paid in yen like you. Shoot, I don't have USD to spend. I don't have USD to spend though. I get paid in Japanese yen. So I don't know why people sometimes turn to me and be like, well, you're a foreigner. Don't you make nice money? No, I make the same money you do. Or probably even less. I get paid in yen. Sounds like a skill issue. Well, my food, it's amazing. Look, man, I'm trying to rank up when it comes to salary here. But like at the same time, I am going to education. There's not a lot of money there. But it's a work in progress. Right? Well, you also need to stop being sick. Okay, I'm sorry that my body is chronically fatigued. It's a work in progress. We're working on it. We're working on it. I'm gonna go get tested for sleep apnea like an old person. Full pledged teacher goal in progress. Exactly. So it's not like teachers aren't making good money either. It's not like teachers are making good money either. But hey, that's not my fault either. You guys should be asking, them to fund education more. We should all be asking to fund education more for the greater good. But yeah. Which you dodged a bullet right now. Flu outbreaks out. See, I don't even get the flu because, like a smart person, I went and got my flu shot. One thing I discovered over here is that the average Japanese person does not really get their flu shot often because we're also having so funny enough, we had a flu outbreak at our school like this past summer for some reason. We had a flu outbreak, but like, which you've done. But like I got my flu shot, I got my jab. The thing is though is that you have to pay for flu shots over here. The thing over here, I think there was like an issue with like a vaccine a long time ago that maybe like led to public trust. But like over here, you have to pay for the flu vaccine. And depending on where you live, it's either 3,000 or 4,000 yen. And like that's per person. So you can imagine for like a family or something that could be like kind of expensive. And so I think a lot of people just go without the flu shot because they're like, well, I mean, it's just, you know, winter. I can survive winter without getting the flu, and then boom, they get the flu. So I think they need to start making flu shots free, in my opinion. If they make the flu shots over here free, more people would get them. Have you tried like online tutoring, like working? No, I haven't, because I like having my weekends free. If Where You Live had a show set there, what genre would it be? Oh man, it would probably be one of those like Japanese dramas of like life in a boring Inaka town. I'm like probably like a slice of life in a boring Inaka town, honestly. Since I live out here in the rural parts. Since where I live is considered a rural. But like if they made flu shots over here free, it would be so much better. But they don't make them free. It costs money, which is like kind of crazy. But yeah, if you're talking about online tutoring, like being an online tutor, I would not do that. No, I like my weekends. I work a 9 through 5. See, my normal job is 9 through 5. And I like it that way. I heard online tutoring pays decent money. Shit, online tutoring don't pay you shit actually, unless you have a lot of students. But that doesn't pay you shit either. Cowboy? Cowboy. I want to be a cowboy, Johnny. No, online tutoring does not pay well. I tried to do online tutoring after I graduated from college. It pays you shit. Unless you have to literally have multiple gigs in order for you to make a good amount of money. And you're in a rural area. Okay, well, I'm not. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Oh, in a rural area. I guess I am, but like I don't really see much like farm animals and stuff. You do see a lot of fields though. Lots of fields. Sometimes I feel like I'm back in the Midwest. But no, online tutoring, unless you have multiple like online tutoring gigs, does not pay you good money. And I cannot afford to have multiple online gigs because I already work. And since I work and that takes up like Monday through Friday, I would have to do it on Saturdays and stuff. And I like having my weekends free, you know? Like I like, you know, having my Saturday and my Sunday to myself. I don't want to be working 7 days a week. So, if it could probably be like a side hustle, like you can make some like pocket change or whatever on the side, but I don't think it makes you decent money though. Definitely something that you would have to do like on the side or whatever. Sounds fair. We live to live, not to push ourselves is fair. I have to work to live, but I also work so I can buy myself funny little trinkets. And make myself happy. That is why I work as well. I work to live and buy myself a little bit of trinkets and stuff. What Hollow Stars merch have you bought recently? A body pillow? My body pillow actually came in the mail the other day. I actually got a bunch of packages this week. But if we're talking specifically about Holly Stars, my Flayon body pillow actually came in last week. Yay! like you just timed it right. That actually came in this week. You timed it just right. Yeah, it came in the mail. If you ask me if I bought anything recently though, I would say no. I do plan on buying some on my next payday though. Well, what other body pillows do you have? This is it. This is only one. I have owned multiple body pillow covers in my life though. but I only have this one over here with me in Japan. My other body pillows are, I left them back in America. My first ever body pillow I got when I was young, I think. What was the first body pillow? I had a body pillow that was a body pillow of Joker from Persona 5. I then had a body pillow of Rantaro from Danganronpa V3. And then I also had a body pillow cover of shoot, what was her name again? Oh gosh, it was that one character from Fire Emblem Three Houses. Ah, oh, gosh, what was her name again? Manuela. Okay, that was her name, Manuela. I had a body pillow of her, and I think I had one more cover, but I don't know where. I forgot what that last one was. But this is my fourth one. This is my fifth one. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, celebrate the small wins in life. Yeah, the small wins. The only problem is it sure does take up a lot of space in my bed, which is an issue because of all the other plushies I have. Honestly, my bed's just too damn small. You know, having to get used to having a twin bed after I was having a full-size bed for years is like kind of a shame. But yeah, I wish I had a full-size bed again. I don't know how people do with a twin size. I don't know how people do with twin size beds. I don't know how I did it with a twin size bed. I want to go back to having a full bed. So if you have the Coco body pillow, would you include a lewd side? Would I include a lewd side? I don't know. I feel like I would want to give people options because some people get body pillows not to be lewd. So I feel like I would have two versions of a body pillow, and one of the versions would have a lewd side. And I think it would be a version that would have me sticking up my butt, I think. But like I would feel bad if I actually had a body pillow and it was like completely lewd, because not everybody wants a lewd body pillow, you know? It's like not everyone, like, you know, lives by themselves or something. Sometimes you don't need a lewd body pillow. Sometimes you just want a little body pillow of a character, you know, you just want it to be like simple. But yeah. So I feel like instead of having, like, I would have two versions of a body pillow. One would be safe for work and the other would be not safe for work. If that makes sense. Because like I feel bad if I only had not safe for work. You know what I mean? I'd feel guilty. Because like, what if people want to not safe for work? You know, thing. So then, if you're somebody who wants to maybe like switch things up, or we can have different combinations. But I guess that would be a lot for like production costs, wouldn't it? Having different combinations would be fun, but like I don't know if that would like be expensive to produce. You know, would that be expensive to produce? I don't know. That would be something fun. Some people just want to be lewd and hold hands. Exactly. Some people just want to, you know, they just want something safe for work, you know, something they can cuddle and just safe for work and stuff like that. So, no, I mean, we couldn't make everything like not safe for work, you know? I'd feel guilty if we would do that. I'd feel guilty, yeah. So I think I would want it to be, um, I would do two versions. So that way it can be fair. I'm starting to get sleepy. Okay, so either regular stream's gonna be on YouTube, and this is now Kolkata with Coco ASMR. I was just like, what the hell is Kolkata? Oh, okay. I should repeat again since we're at like the top of the hour here. But for anyone who missed it when I said in the beginning, So from now on, this is my last non-ASMR Twitch stream. From now on, my Twitch will have ASMR on it. Will be ASMR only. All gaming streams, karaoke, chatting, etc. will be on YouTube. YouTube will continue to have ASMR streams. Essentially, ASMR streams will be multi-stream to both Twitch and YouTube. But any gaming, karaoke, anything that's not ASMR will be YouTube only. So if you want to make sure you're still seeing all of my streams and not just ASMR, I would appreciate it if you hit on over and hit the subscribe on my YouTube. That way you can continue to get all sorts of content from me. Only you. I'll play pro gaming. Exactly. I mean, where else can you see me, you know, pro gaming in Stardew Valley? But yeah, that's all. Twitch will just become ASMR only. So that means it'll probably be like used only like once a week compared to my YouTube. So I definitely recommend that if you want to see my other content that is not, so if you want to see my other content that's not just ASMR, definitely come over here on YouTube. Ew, Apex. I'm sorry for anyone who wanted this. Oh, ew. I don't play FPS games, and I don't want to play FPS games. Everyone and their mother's like, FPS this, Apex this, Valorant that. Why are we so... I've never been into an FPS game, and I don't think I ever will. Number one, FPS, the first person view makes me dizzy. FPS makes me dizzy. You know what I mean? FPS makes me dizzy. I also find it very boring to go shoot, 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 shoot. So no, don't be shy. You wish. I have never touched Rival Marvels. I've never touched Apex. I've never touched Valorant. I tried to do the tutorial for Overwatch 2 and I immediately got a headache. And that told me all I needed to know. DDLC's on mobile? Huh. So you're not such a sicko after all. I mean, FPS just genuinely makes me dizzy, so I can't even play if I wanted to, I think, because it's just so... Ugh, it just makes me dizzy. You know, you gotta be jumping all over the goddamn place. You're jumping all over the goddamn place and you're moving, and I think that just makes me also dizzy. It just looks very dizzy. Even watching other people play makes me slightly dizzy, so... I don't do that. I don't do that. Oh, I forgot about my redeems. Jump! Jump. Oh, I forgot about my redeems. They should have been fixed in VTube Studio. I guess they aren't. I was Coco with rhythm games. I like rhythm games. I like Project Diva. I've played Project Diva before. Hold your horses, I'll put them on. I have played a Project Diva before. I do like Project Diva. Are the cat ears even connected to anything? I like Project Diva, and I have played rhythm games. I can do rhythm games. Rhythm games are fun. You know, I mean, I'm still a loser, don't get me wrong. I just don't like, Oh, no wonder I wasn't logged into Twitch. I'm sorry. 1 second. I wasn't logged into Twitch on VTube Studio. That's why, lazy. Give me 1 second to fix that. What was I gonna say? Like, yeah, I'm still a loser. I'm still chopped. I'm not FPS chopped, you know? I just don't care about FPS. But I'm still chopped, yeah. Local host refuses to connect. What does that mean? Oh, no wonder I couldn't figure out how to do it. Okay, so the reason why I couldn't figure out how to connect my account is for some odd reason. When I go to connect my account to Twitch, when I go to connect VTube Studio to Twitch and I hit authorize, it comes up and says that local host refuses to connect. And I don't know what that means. Allow Chrome to access your network in your firewall or antivirus network. If it's already listed, try removing it from the list and adding it again. Damn, well, can you just say meow? Why are you asking me to go meow meow? Horst refuses to connect. Host. I beat the beat. Rhythm. Parrot. I don't think I've tried that one before, no. I've played like a lot of rhythm games that were like connected to like idols, to like characters or whatever. So I played like a lot of mobile rhythm games before. So yeah, I've been like encountering this problem and I don't know why. And it's like, well, do you allow Chrome to access your network? And I'm like, of course I do. Let me see. A firewall. All right, here we go. Allow an app through the firewall. I'm pretty sure my Chrome's already allowed. Oh, Beat the Beat is like a weird school old rhythm game. Oh, then I don't think I've ever played that one then, no. Where's Chrome on here? Google. Get me, Google. Okay, here we go. Okay. Well, it should say allow. Okay, well, let's turn you off. Oh, it's not letting me turn him off. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's turn you off and then turn you on again. Okay. Okay, let's try this again. Let's up TC or everyone has a mobile phone. Yeah, I used to like love playing them back when I was like in high school. I was like addicted to them. I loved them back in high school because it was just, guys, you know, I had a smartphone in high school, right? Everyone has a smartphone in high school now, so they're just so easy to play. Welcome you to, see, it's still not, what does it mean by local host refuse to connect? I don't know what this means, but it means that I can't log into Twitch. It might be possible that your DNS cache may be outdated. What does that mean? Firewall, maybe? You might be interested. No, it's allowed in my firewall. It's called Hi-Fi Rush or Crypt of the Necrodancer. I have heard of those. You know what does kind of look interesting to me, though? Rhythm Heaven looks kind of fun. Oh, let's see. Open the command prompt. Flush. Ooh, that sounds fun. Alright, how do I do this? CMD. Okay. I feel so fancy now. In that, you have to run the flush command. Oh wait, that doesn't do anything. Okay, so IP, I feel like I'm a hacker. IP config / flush DNS. Successfully flush the DNS resolver cache. Once done, check if the error is gone by restarting Chrome or your system. Well, very techie. I feel techie. Okay, now it says to restart Chrome. So let me restart Chrome. I feel techie. Cause like I don't know when this problem popped up, but it started propping up and I don't know why. It's very weird. All right, let's see. No, that didn't work. Might be due to an outdated cache. Are you connecting through your set in VTube Studio? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. It's really weird. I don't think the cookies is gonna weird. The HSTS. Ooh, okay, let's see. So go to this internal URL. For some odd reason, it's never a solution. Okay, so Chrome doesn't need any updates. If you're talking about me updating to Windows 11, you can go somewhere. I ain't updating to Windows 11. Nope. This computer still runs Windows 10, baby. And it will continue to do that. Whether people like it or not. Okay, let's see. Delete domain security properties. Enter local host. Now you have to close all Chrome windows and restart Chrome fully. Okay. Close all Chrome windows and restart fully. Yes, but Linux isn't necessarily an alternative either. Oh, I ain't going Linux either. Who the fuck wants to go Linux? The only people who go Linux are tech nerds. And I ain't a tech nerd. Be comfortable when I say no one prefer one time. Exactly. No one likes that shit. Okay, let's see. Ah! It still didn't work, guys. Okay. If the error still persists, you can try turning your firewall settings off. Okay, well, we'll just turn them off temporarily and then see if that works. Okay, let's go to control panel. Hopefully nobody will try to hack me while this thing goes off. Okay. But no, Windows 11 sucks balls, and I refuse to get there. I tried X, the Linux, but I was always ran into a wall at some point. The thing is about Linux is that people say, this is what people say, right? Oh, you should get Linux. Linux is so easy. So you just have to download Linux. You also just have to download this virtual machine so that you can run like programs on Windows. You also have to download this other application in order to do other applications. Also, you're not going to be able to get all applications because, you know, people don't make programs for fucking Linux. And I'm like, so what about this is good? Like, what about this is good? Okay, let's see. Okay, so we're gonna have to turn you off. We're gonna have to turn you off very quickly. I know you're turned off. I know you're turned off. Okay. We're gonna try again in the Chrome settings. However, if this doesn't work, then we just... Isn't it pronounced Linux? Is it? Linux? Linux? Whatever. It still doesn't work! Okay, you know what? This cannot be a firewall issue. If my firewall is off and this shit still isn't working, this cannot be a firewall issue. Well, let me restart Chrome and try again. But if it's not that, then I don't know what the fuck this is then. Because this is ridiculous. Technical difficulty stream. What the hell? I haven't been able to connect to Twitch at all. This is getting annoying. Maybe Windows 11 is not an option anymore already. Technical difficulty stream. I, I just can't. I don't know why it just won't let me connect the Switch. I turned off my firewall and everything. And it still doesn't work. This has to be a VTube studio. This has to be a VTube studio issue. Do you have any anti-firewall virus that might be blocking VTube Studio? I can't restart VTube Studio. If I restart VTube Studio, OBS is going to take over my camera, and then when I open back up VTube Studio, my thing will not work, and it's stupid. The only thing I can think of is, is my firewall blocking VTube Studio? It's the only thing I can think of. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, D, U. Okay, this is Xbox. Xbox, Final Fantasy 14 launcher, Yakuza. What the hell is VTube Studio? Well, I can't find VTuber Studio in here. Well, that's odd. Not even on my list. See the changes until it restarts. No, but the thing is that VTube Studio isn't available as an allowed app. Steam is on there. Why isn't VTube Studio on here? Valheim, V-Bridger, Virtual Machine, VTube. No, VTube Studio is still on here. VTube Studio is definitely allowed. Uh-oh, I took it off completely though. Fuck, how do I access it again? Ooh, where'd it go? Nope. Windows. System. That's not it. Shit, where the fuck is Steam? Okay, well that's System 32, but like I can't find Steam. Ah, here we go. Program files. Nope, that's not it. Is this Steam? That's not Steam. Ugh, that's why I'm not good with... Okay, let me go to... Okay, where is VTube Studio under? Okay, VTube Studio is under 86. Under 86. Steam. And it's under Steam Apps, Common. VTuber Studio. Aha! Application. I don't mind restarting. I just wish I could start. It's just frustrating how OBS will immediately steal my camera. You know what I mean? Like if I just went out to get some snacks. Oh my gosh, what snacks did you get? The thing is that I know that turning off my firewall doesn't work, so it has to be... The thing is, though, is that I don't think it's my firewall. Will steal you, but it'll settle with your camera. The thing is that it's not my firewall because we tried it without the firewall and it still didn't work. But the thing is that this used to work. I don't know what happened that like made it so that it doesn't work anymore. I've turned off my firewall, so it's not my firewall that's the issue. The only thing I could think about is that it could be my antivirus. I don't think so. Just some cookies and iced tea. Oh, that sounds nice. The only thing I can think about it is that I've tried to troubleshoot. Like, if that does... Because, like, when I go to the thing, it says, if that does not work, check if you have any antivirus or firewall software running that might be blocking YouTube Studio. Okay. I guess I'll have to restart. Okay, fine. I'll try restarting. Probably not gonna work, but whatever. Yeah, you have to call the customer support then. There's no customer support. I mean, I guess I'll have to... I'm pretty sure VTube Studio, pretty sure VTube Studio does have a support server, but it's just so annoying. Yeah, it's still not working even after restarting. This does not make any sense. Like, this doesn't make any sense. I don't get why. I am absolutely, positively stumped. But until then, yeah, we just can't use Twitch redeems. Because, like, I just can't. I can't do anything. And I've already tried. I don't know when it started doing this, to be honest. I actually had this issue, I'm pretty sure, before I went on hiatus. That's why it just won't connect. I'm like wondering. I was just like, why isn't this working? And I realized, oh, it's the local host. Damn computers. Yeah, I guess it's damn computers. I'm gonna have to. Do they even have a Discord server? I don't know. Pretty sure they have a Discord server, but this server help. Ugh. I don't want to go join a Discord server so I can get help. Damn computers. But yeah, in case anyone is worried about that. But yeah, you gotta love technology, right? You gotta love technology. Even though we hate it, you gotta love it. Try turning off your antivirus software temporarily. Especially technology with two legs. I don't think any of this is working. If you run into any specific issues, try to Google them first before asking on Discord. Well, this isn't really... Oh wait, this is for connecting to this PC app. Oh, I'm not having issues with that. I'm not really having issues with that though. Probably also the only tech. No, not that one. Let's see, Pro. I can't think of anything wrong. Oh well, I can't troubleshoot this. Oh well, I'll have to troubleshoot this at a later time. I ain't troubleshooting this tonight though. I'm too tired. Oh my gosh, it's almost 1 a.m. You know what? I think this is a good time to call it here. I'm sleepy anyway. I'll probably have to call it. Alright, I think I'm going to call it here for tonight. But thank you guys so much for coming by. Ah yes, ASMR of me softly going as I try to figure out my tech issues. But thank you guys so much for stopping by. No, it's alright. I'll try to fix my Twitch redeems later because it's kind of sad if because I can only do Twitch redeems through VTube Studio now. The old thing that people used to use got discontinued. So I can only do it unless I use Mix It Up, but I don't want to do that, so I'll try to fix it later. But thank you guys so much for the warm welcome back. I really do appreciate this. Thank you for the warm welcome back. It was also really nice seeing you guys all again. I hope you guys are all having a nice little holiday time. Hope everything is also going well in your lives. So there won't be any streams this weekend. This weekend will be my only stream, but next week we should be going back to normal schedules. So again, as I have said before, this will be my last stream on Twitch. My last non-ASMR stream on Twitch. So again, if you want to watch my other streams outside of ASMR, like gaming, or karaoke or anything else besides ASMR, please remember to subscribe to the YouTube that is on my profile so that you can make sure to get updates of my other content outside ASMR. I would miss to see you guys. All right. So I'm very sleepy, so I am going to leave you guys with that. I hope you guys all have a lovely rest of your weekend. Take care and stay safe. And as always, I shall see you in your dreams. Bye bye.